is the king. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this NAB 2025. We're going to be hitting the South Hall of the Las Vegas Convention Center, and we're going to be checking out Blackmagic design. They're going to be showing their Ursa Immersive. Let's check it out.
Let's go.
This is a workflow that is pretty streamlined, and the ecosystem's kind of really tight because it's integrated for the Apple Vision Pro. Full disclosure, I am not an expert at any of this immersive work. However, I shot with these Blackmagic cameras a ton. I know Resolve really well. I feel like within a really quick span of time over NAB, like I feel like I could grab this camera and go out and shoot something, and then it gets me into this space where I'm not an expert. I feel like I can do this. Who's familiar with not this camera necessarily, but the Blackmagic cinema cameras? Are y'all familiar? What about DaVinci Resolve? Are y'all familiar with Resolve? Okay. So it's all right because hopefully you'll see that it's easy to jump into this entire ecosystem. You know how to edit? Yeah, you're good. So what we're going to do is kind of simulate a flow from going to set with a cart like this, but you can always scale down. Shooting with this, bringing it into DaVinci Resolve, and then sending it out to the Apple Vision. So this Ursa Immersive camera is a stereoscopic camera, 2 lenses, and behind each lens, there are 2 sensors. It's the 12K LF sensor, so the Ursa Cine 12K LF sensor. 2 of them are behind it. 210-degree lenses, but since we're only shooting for 180, your monitoring over here will give you only that 180 degree. However, your sensor is capturing that 210 plus field of view. Inside, so the lenses are fixed. They also have fixed focus, and it has a fixed iris, so it's a T4 on the lens. The little modules on the side here are for your ND filters. They're mechanical. It goes 2, 4, 6, 8 stops. Because you can't put anything in front of the lens or even below it, right? So that's one way of controlling exposure. So on both sides of the camera, you've got monitors. This operator side rotates, the other side does not rotate. Like I said, this gives you the 180 degree view, so it kind of helps you with some composition. Another way, hitting this composition guide or frame guides gives you this graphical. So the square and that trapezoid approximates when you put on the headset and you're looking forward. That's what your audience is seeing in that sweet spot. And then the peripheral is everything around, right? Yeah, it's a look around, right?
For you to plug in one of the headsets and have the direct output to that, if you're the camera,
No, not to a vision output. Not to a vision output. So yeah. So there's no way to get 90 frames per second output, and no way to get that 2-eye stream into the headset. This only outputs one eye at a time. So that's what you're only seeing right there. So you can switch the eyes. You can also magnify, so you can kind of see the sweet spot. Again, I know everyone has asked whether you can do it because that just seems, like intuitive. The way the current workflow is to select through Resolve. So to see that in context, you have to understand. The camera's running to 90 frames per second. That is the standard for the Apple Vision Pro. Shooting in Blackmagic RAW in 8K. So the 12K scaling down to the 8K. No cropping. It is still getting that full rate. You can choose the bit rates. The Blackmagic RAW is recording 2 streams of 8K, so it's not just one stream of 8K, it is 2 8K streams. So that's a lot of data, and really need fast media. So it's using the same memory module as the Ursa line. So it's the 8 terabyte drive we have in our Blackmagic dock. This is one way to offload the footage. Another way to offload the footage is to keep it in the camera and connect it to your computer through its 10 gig port. So there's an Ethernet port on here. It shows up through Samba, and you just mount it like a network drive. We also have Wi-Fi antennas here, and the Ethernet port gives you camera control through the REST protocol. So the Wi-Fi antennas, you can see it over there. We just don't have it here. So Wi-Fi gives you wireless control. You can hardwire it through the Ethernet. You also
have local recording, right?
Yeah. So you need the memory module in for it to record anything. Also, it's not used to like a remote kind of driver.
So how many hours can you record on that internal drive?
Yeah. So 8 terabytes.
Minutes?
So 8 terabytes at this setting with the 90 frames a second gives you about an hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah. So not many minutes, but
Yeah,
not a ton of minutes.
And what's the format?
It's a Blackmagic RAW.
Blackmagic.
Yeah. So again, it is the 8K at 90 frames a second, which that's what. So yeah, the data management is going to be just having a bunch of storage is going to be
Important.
or you can shoot really short clips.
Yeah.
So you've got two 12G SDI outs. Again, it's mirroring the same feed. Reference in, time code in if you need that for the workflow. You've got USB-C and the power. Power adapter, you can plug in a block battery in there if you want. You also have a V-mount plate. This is what comes with the camera. You need V-mount because anything less, you won't get that 90 frame. Top plate, so top handle, the base plate, 8 terabyte module, Wi-Fi antennas, all come with the camera when you purchase it. It also comes with a carry case. It's like a Pelican case with a foam. So everything you need to get started to shoot, it kind of comes in. You'll have to buy the batteries separate.
How much is that? Retail. That's fine. I can
29, but tariffs kind of
sorry.
brought it up just a little.
Did you say it works with V mount? Is that a special mount? This mount is
B mount, like a Blackmagic mount.
Okay.
Like B as in
Okay. So V mount is no good.
you can put other mounts, but it's not going to work because you can't get
Power.
the power. Right. So the 20.
To get 90, you need all that power.
Correct. Yeah.
Wow.
So the Pixis camera, it's the same 12K LF sensor, but because it's running off the BPU, you can't get the higher frame rates as you can in the Cine cameras. Same with the Cine cameras, you have to have the V-mount to unlock all the frame rates. Okay, so we're on set. We want to create a show live. I am just going to live create something. Create a LUT. All this stuff has been in Resolve already, and importing LUTs has been in your cinema camera since day one. So you can import a LUT so that you can see the creative book or the creative intent for your shot on set. Then we're going to the cameras set up. It's being built in cameras placed. If you look over there, there's an immersive camera kind of. Yeah. So it's kind of on the left side of the set. We have it connected directly to our cart through 10G. We don't have a live feed right now. We just didn't run the Ethernet cable. But we have the Ethernet cable connected to our 10 gig switch to our Mac Mini M4 Pro. It is, we have a 10 gig port on it right now. So we mounted our drives. It's a MM1 and we've shot some clips on it. So what we're going to do is go into our camera control interface. All these different camera settings. I'm going to roll. Recording, this stuff is going down. Alright, so I'll stop it. And now we've got our 12 clips. So we play it. So this is playing back directly off the memory module over our 10G connection. And it sees it as a 3D clip. It also sees it as all the metadata that travels along through the install. It also sees it as specifically an immersive video. So this camera comes with a custom factory calibration. See, it calibrates the lenses, the alignments, the color matching. All of that is embedded into the Blackmagic wall file. So it travels through and sees all the metadata, and it also unwraps it properly when you see it in your Vision Pro. So we've shot our take. We'll put it in our daily timeline, and we will add our show look to it. So because it's recognized as a 3D clip, you have this 3D stereo palette that's open. So you can look on the left of the eye. You can do any adjustments that are open over here. But the great thing about the fact that this is an integrated solution from kind of the front end all the way to the workflow, through the workflow, I don't have to worry about serial alignment because they've done it already. I don't have to worry about color matching because they've done it in here, and they've created a file, specific file that goes with the Blackmagic Pro that Resolve reads and does, compensates for however this is made. These are all handmade in Taiwan, essentially, and so there's a specific calibration based on whatever manufacturer's on it. So if we need to edit or color grade and make decisions, we can't really make the best decisions because this is not the final platform that your audience is going to see it in. So we can stream this feed to the Vision Pro and see it in context in 3D in the correct color space and the specific transfer functions for those. So you're making grading decisions that way. Oh, we see Norman's Apple Vision Pro that you can connect to. All right, so
Norman's about to get a shot.
So this is the demo that you'll see in the Vision Pro. It's shot in Calgary with this sensor. It's rolling back at 17, so we're, a daily timeline. It's a little bit less high quality, but we're still rolling at the full res. I'm sorry, not full res, but the full quality decode. So it's running back at 17 frames a second. Sure, it's not the 90 frames, but we're a Mac M4 Pro, Mac Mini. So let's say this is our timeline. We are happy with it, and we're ready to export this into our Apple Vision Pro. We have a preset in our render settings for Vision OS, and it creates or it changes the setting 90 frames a second, and it makes sure it's exporting as MVHC. That's what that needs, and it will deliver the files that the Vision Pro needs. It also exports a flat 2D export of this timeline.
I don't mean to slow you down, but I should probably get this question. Is there going to be an export for the Quest in the future, you think?
So this is not built for anything
Except the Apple
outside of
Vision.
the Vision Pro at the moment. The capability of exporting to other platforms has always been in Resolve. So with Fusion, it's just the fact that this is not recording in the way that the Meta Quest needs.
Right.
It's recording that information in that file in the way
Oh,
that
it's from the start. It's looking at that Apple
right.
Vision.
But again, it's not. Yes, it's capable of doing it. Resolve is capable of exporting to all the different platforms because it has been. It's just this specific workflow is this camera, that type of footage goes into the Apple Vision Pro. So the other utility created by Apple is the Apple Immersive Video Utility. Not our software, it's Apple's, but they require specific files, so that's what the render setting is creating. You bring those files into this software, and you load it up into your vision. So, like I said in the beginning, I'm not in this world, so I don't know that. If I know cinema, I know feature film, that's the world. I can shoot with this camera because I know how to use a Blackmagic camera. I can cut and resolve. I don't have to align anything. I don't have to color match, even though if I needed to, I could possibly. But there's probably certain things that are specific to that world that color matching is different. But I feel like I can take this, shoot something, and learn how to create content for the Apple Vision Pro in this format. So, so this tight ecosystem is really great for people to get into it, and it scales up to bigger productions. I'm sure you are involved with all of that. So, are there any general other questions?
Do you know if you can color grade one eye versus the other and have them separate, or is it one file? I know that would mess with your eyes and stuff, but just for like...
Yeah, so you want to fuck shit up?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, then you could start doing like some weird like eye things, and I just didn't know if
You can.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can unlink that.
Also, you said how like built-in is it keeps the sensors from like alignment, I guess, and making sure that the colors are color accurate on both sensors.
There's so it's a factory calibration file that travels through into the Blackmagic RAW.
So then what happens over time when the sensors degrade? So like, let's say in like a year or two, it won't be exactly as it came out of the factory. Is there a process where you send it back to Blackmagic and it will realign it? There will be. Okay.
Day one. That's it. That's a really good question. Yeah.
like you said, you need a cart, or is there a tripod that could be built for this? Because like I've shot VR in the past where like tripod legs you have to like key them out and stuff. So like, is it just because obviously the cart has a great workflow for this, but is there something that we have, or like a mount, or mount, or I guess something that would like
Also,
capping it out? Okay, I just didn't know if there was something that would be. Because this you can't see.
Right. So it's just how you mount it, right? Okay. So you can. I know. So the good thing about this is not front heavy like other cameras, right? So you can mount something right at the edge of that 210 field, and then with that, it's going to be back heavy essentially, right? Because you can't
so
put
even
anything
if I slip this up more, it would still be back heavy.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Because again,
That's awesome.
you can't put anything in the front, anyways, right? So.
But fusion is like.
Sure.
Solution if I need
if you
yeah, cool.
Fusion recognizes as a stereo.
All right. Well, that was it. 30,000 for the Ursa Immersive. Hate to say it, but I'm unimpressed. Okay, let's see if my scooter's still out here. What's going on, Chief?
Yeah, G.
Glad you're here, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my segue. I was hoping it would still be here.
I got you.
Yeah. Take it easy. All right, so that's a wrap for today. We got through one small hiccup, but we still got to get in there to the Blackmagic booth, and we saw the Ursa Immersive camera output to the Apple Vision Pro. And ladies and gentlemen, I am sorry to say, but I was not impressed. Nope. I think I've seen better visuals on the Meta Quest 3, because I have one of those. So my prediction is that very soon they will be outputting the footage from that immersive camera to the Meta Quest 3.